you!
Yes, you! If you like what you see, please hit the like, subscribe, share button, click the bell to all notifications on if you want to know every single time I upload. I play video games, I do funny videos, I am an absolute crazy ranting crazy person. Please share to Twitter, Facebook, Blogger, I still don't know what the crap Blogger is, and enjoy the video. I have to rant about all this Cuties stuff. Oh yes, and what happens when I rant? Hello everyone, I am Mecha Random 42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube consumer advocate, Harpy, and some days I don't want to talk about all the garbage, but I end up doing it anyway, even when I'm live streaming the fun stuff. So we clip it, and then we upload it later, and we do it live. What am I ranting about? Well, the big story that's on everybody's minds lately is that movie Cuties. Oh yes, the movie Cuties. And we're going with Cinema Blend's article because the LA Times wanted money, and you don't get to charge me money when you guys make articles that everybody else reposts, so why would I pay you? Speaking of articles that get reposted, Cinema Blend has reposted this article, and they say that the Netflix head honcho has finally spoken out about the Cuties backlash. Also, first off, isn't that a Native American term? So, Cinema Blend, I think you are racist. Ooh, they might be, just a little. I forgot my crop. Is racist the word? It might be the word that we're looking for with this one today. The head honcho has finally spoken out about the Cuties backlash and the lawsuit. Well, first off, my position on Cuties has been that I don't need to watch 2 hours or an hour and a half or even more than one clip, which I did see one clip, of the very thing you're telling me is bad, to know it is bad. I already know that CP is bad. I don't really want to sit there and watch 2 hours of it to know. Now I know what he's talking about here, and I have a response to what he says, but let's hear what he has to say. Over the past few years, Netflix has become quite the force in the film world. So they're kissing Netflix's butt. They're an online streaming thing. If you don't know what Netflix is, then you probably have no reason to watch the Cuties video. And now Netflix head honcho Ted, so they keep saying it. They're just doubling down on their isms and their phobias. Does anybody care that Cinema Blend is using all these ist-and-phobic terms to defend? This is what we keep hearing all over the place. Now, I hear this so many times watching more politics ball channels lately. In this instance, I listen to what these politics ball channels say, and they say that this is a common theme in the SJW types. They say that this is a common theme for the SJWs to be the most racist, more racist than anybody, more racist than anyone. Because I've questioned using that. I'm like, wait a minute, is that an appropriating term? Should I use that or not? And I've decided against it. I have many times in the past, and this is what happens when you see these people popping off against each other, and you see somebody like myself, for example, who doesn't recite back the groupthink. What's the first thing they do? They attack my sexual orientation, my gender. They attack people. The first thing they do is they use slurs. They use it. This is the same thing that's going on with Gal Gadot, and I'll probably do an update video on that one now that we have all the screenshots cleared, because I jumped the gun on the video and used and didn't use the screenshots before Data Racer had them published. So shout out to him also. This is one of those things. They always go right to the most ist and phobic sort of verbiage because they are themselves. Cuties is a French film originally titled, I do not know how to pronounce that, which focuses on young women. No, they're little girls. They're not young women. Young women would be like 18, 19, around that. Those are young women. Even 15, 16, you know. post-pubescent, I should say. Those are young women. These are children. Which has been the heart of some controversy for its depiction of young women. No, they're children. And now Netflix head honcho Ted Sarandos has directly addressed the ongoing situation. Well, he better, or else, I don't know. There was some rumors. Was he the one that they had the fake news out about getting busted with all of that questionable material, let's just say, on his computer? And it was fake. It wasn't real or legit or anything. But now that I'm seeing a lot of this stuff, I don't know what to believe anymore. It's a little surprising in 2020 America that we're having discussions about censoring storytelling. But you're really just exploit. See, I'm one of those people. I am all for letting people make up their own minds and decide. But once you kind of cross the line in showing the very, very explicit thing you're directly trying to preach against, it's like, don't tell me that killing a puppy is bad by killing a puppy. That's kind of the thing. There's a way to fictionalize this. There is a way to do it where you don't actually do the very thing that you're trying to preach against, especially when it comes to very, very young people who, I don't know, we're supposed to protect. That's how we've evolved. That's what evolution was all about, They make kids and pets and animals cute, so you have this natural instinct to protect them. And even though I don't like kids, I jumped on oh, wait a minute, this is gross and creepy. This crosses a line, people. This really, really crosses a line. And if you saw the clip that I saw, you would know that, this is just really just graphically depicting these things. It's a film that is very misunderstood with some audiences, uniquely within the United States. The film speaks for itself. It's a very personal coming-of-age film. It's the director's story, and the film has obviously played very well at Sundance without any of this controversy, and played in theaters throughout Europe without any of this controversy. Well, what happened this past year? Most of the theaters were closed, and all of these things. So, why did it play without controversy in some of these very well hoity-toity, lottie-freaking-dog connected areas? It's as if that is normalized. Even Corey Feldman has spoken out about this. Even Corey Feldman has gotten on Twitter and is outraged by this.
Nope.
So, of course, people have issue with this because they know what Hollywood allows and condones. This crap. So of course, maybe we're just a little more concerned and protective of people who might not be able to themselves. Did you ever think about that? This article's less Istonophobic. Here's the thing, though. If it is a coming-of-age film, why are you marketing it as this? Oh, this is to go against exploitation. Little girls aren't going to know that. Are you a child psychologist? Are you a pediatrician? Because they make films for girls to watch so they know what's going on and what's changing about them. Because trust me, I know, we've seen some of these, and we usually get shown those in health class. We usually get shown those by our pre-approved personal pediatricians, psychologists, those sort of things. Those are the ways to appropriately introduce these things. Not in a film that you specifically said was designed to warn, and this is Netflix, it's specifically designed to warn about this being bad. We already know. You know what I think happened? I think that somebody at Netflix saw this and they didn't really look at it, and they're like, oh, it's this thing like girls dancing. Just like toddlers and tiaras, which is also pretty darn creepy, and I'm not really sure why you would do that other than to dance around for people who might want to exploit you. But hey, I certainly wouldn't take a kid if I had one to one of those places. But you do you, honey boo-boo. This stuff, though, it crosses the line. And I totally forgot what tangent I was on to go off and make a stupid joke. And I'd be canceled for it. Oh yeah, the fact that I think that somebody saw this who worked at Netflix and said, oh, this is a Sundance filmmaker. Oh, BLM is really, really popular and trending with our local demographics of stuff. We can use this as a way to showcase a black filmmaker, a black female filmmaker, which is a great message. Your heart's in the right place. We want to showcase people. We don't want to silence voices. Trust me on this. We don't want to. But nobody actually took a look at the material any farther than that. Nobody actually dug deeper into it and realized that it did cross the line of just girls dancing. It crossed a lot of lines of zooming in on areas. It crossed a lot of lines of really bumping up the M-rated material on this one. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with your learning about these things in age-appropriate ways that aren't this. I think that's the whole issue I have with this. And I wasn't going to jump on this because I don't like this was just off the posters. I did not jump on this until I saw clips of this. I did not jump on this until I'm like, oh, no, they really did cross the line on this one. Because I was on the fence at first, and I was of the mindset that, you know what? I don't see this as being too different from like Toddlers and Tiaras. No, it's different. It's different. And the fact that the grand jury in Texas is indicting them for specifically promoting this should be enough to tell people that, you know what, maybe it's not a good thing. Maybe it's not something that they made the right call on. Maybe having a gigantic warning label on that isn't just enough on this. Maybe they should have removed it a couple of months ago. I think had they removed it a couple of months ago, then they might have seen that as admitting guilt to it. And the fact that they're doubling down and trying to twist this into, oh, you're censoring us, or you're this, or you're that. And even the filmmaker herself has played the, oh, you just don't like it because you're Islamophobes, which I think most people were even unaware of the fact that a black woman had directed this until a while in. I was unaware of it until I started really, really researching it. I don't feel comfortable watching something like this because I feel angry that the parents and that the adults involved didn't step in and say, hey, can we cut away and not show this? You know what? Maybe indicating that that's happening is fine. And maybe back in the day of going, like, fading to black before you would see the monster attack, where your imagination can picture so much worse than what you're actually seeing. Maybe that's the way to go on some of these issues. And maybe you just made a bunch of bad calls. I don't know. Do you guys approve of this? Tell me what you think in the comment section below. I am going back to my live chat. Don't you guys go anywhere. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye! And you guys are absolutely right. That's another thing that really, really gets me, too, is that these are the same people who, imagine if a man directed it. Imagine if that man would be thrown under the jail. Or these people who go in and they're like, oh, where are her organs? And they get mad about anime girls who are drawn very, very voluptuous and curvaceous and top-heavy. But no, they want to defend a movie where a little girl tries to get a floor pregnant. Really. That's where these people's priorities are. It's disgusting. It's ridiculous.